night, when the heavens are bright, with the light from the glittering stars, have I stood here amazed, and asked as I gaze if their glory exceeds this of ours. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Yep, that's what I always say. Eddie, you know that song's got a lot to it. There ain't nothing like a home on the range.
Yes, Soapy, the peacefulness and quietness of the wide open spaces. Ah, there's nothing like it.
That sounds like trouble.
Let's find out.
They're too close to the relay station. We'll never catch them now.
You think they got a good look at us?
No, not the way they're hightailing it. We better get back in town and report this to Duke.
Don't move these men until Doc Mills has a look at them, Soapy. They're hurt pretty bad.
All right, Eddie.
Can we help any?
No, there's a doctor here. You folks can get a bite to eat while we're waiting.
That was some chase. You really did us a great service.
Wasn't much.
Well, I hope we don't have to stay in this place long.
What happened, Eddie?
A gang of road agents were out for a little business. You better have a look at the men in the boot. They've been shot.
I'll do it right away. Good thing them road agents gave up the chase, or I'd have sure let them have it.
The way you shoot with that gun, you'd be just as well off without it.
Shh, don't tell everybody that. I wear this gun for its moral effect. If everybody knows I can't shoot, then it won't have no effect.
We might as well sit down and have a bite to eat, folks. We don't know how long we'll have to wait here.
We got something important to tell you.
Now what's wrong?
Well, we missed getting that circuit judge that's being sent in here.
And they got Al, shot him off his horse.
You men are supposed to be good with your guns. For all the help you're giving me, I'd be just as well off if you're all back in the pen.
That's probably where they'll go when the judge gets here and starts cleaning the town up.
Listen, Colonel, this is one town he's leaving just as it is. Everybody knows I'm boss here, and I've made you town manager. And that's the way it's going to stay.
You want us to lay for him when he gets into town?
No, we'd never get away with that now. He'd be watching for it. You don't become a circuit judge if you don't know some of the answers. I have a better way of handling him.
Well, let's drink on that.
I hope you folks don't mind the little stopover here, but Mills is a better doctor than most doctors. He says the driver and guard are going to be all right, but he advised them against doing any traveling right away.
So what about that? When do you think the men will be ready to go?
I'm afraid they won't be able to leave for quite a spell. Soapy, you and I'll have to take the stage on into Rawhide City.
It's all right with me. We were going that way anyway. We were just out doing a little range riding. Hello.
Hello.
Do you have any XYZ tobacco?
Yes, I do. That'll be 15 cents.
On second thought, do you have any BK tobacco?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll take that instead.
That'll be 25 cents.
All right.
But you only gave me 10 cents.
Well, 15 cents and 10 cents is 25 cents.
But you didn't pay me for this.
I know, but I didn't take that.
Oh, that's right. I make so many mistakes around here.
Yeah. May I have my change?
Of course. You have a nickel coming.
Yeah.
Hey, you. Pay the lady.
Well, good, so long.
I'm glad the men are going to be all right. I think this visit has been rather pleasant. After all, if I'm to take over the church there in Rawhide City, I might as well get acquainted with its neighbors.
That's what the last two sky pilots felt when they came into this territory. That's about all they did, too, was get acquainted. They didn't have much time to do anything else.
And why was that?
Sky pilots ain't wanted in Rawhide. Don't take them long to catch on, either, if they're smart.
What Miss Lola's trying to tell you, Mr. Trimble, is that some of Duke's men ran the last two ministers that took over the church there out of town.
Duke's men?
A gang that worked for Duke Dillon.
Is this your first church on your own?
Yes, Judge.
Well, whoever these men are, I'm sure they represent a minority of people. Mr. Trimble is going to work for the mothers and the fathers and their little children. I'm sure he won't solicit Duke's men unless, of course, they choose to come to his church.
You're perfectly right.
Oh, they'll probably pay you a visit, Mr. Trimble. But it won't be for a passage to heaven.
No?
Oh, it'll be to give you a passage out of town.
That's one of the reasons I was sent down here.
I thought you were a circuit judge, appointed to hear crimes.
My case is a little different. In addition to that, I guess I'm what you could call a troubleshooter. The governor always picks a tough spot and then sends me down to sort of clean it up.
I know, Judge. We've all heard of your reputation. The governor sure picked a rough place this time. The only law around here is laid down by the man that's best with his guns.
And that happens to be Duke.
I usually select a man I can trust to act as my assistant and investigator. You wouldn't like to have that job, would you, Eddie?
You stay pretty healthy in the ranching business.
Yes, but it's getting less healthy all the time. Judge, you got yourself a new hand.
Thanks.
Hey! You got room for another passenger?
Sure, stranger. Climb in.
That'll be 5 cents if it's going as far as Rawhide City. Where are you from?
Where I'm from has nothing to do with where I'm going. Where I'm going is the only question you should be asking, handsome.
Howdy, Miss Sherry. Why the buckboard? Expecting some new business for your mother's boarding house?
There's some people who prefer staying any place to your hotel.
I wouldn't talk so smart if I were you, young lady. After all, I'm only letting your mother run in competition to my hotel because I like you.
Here comes the stage. And I do believe your girlfriend's inside.
You mean Lola. You've got the wrong idea. She just works for me.
Even that takes courage.
Would you step over to the express office with me, Judge? I'd like to make a report on what happened.
Certainly.
Ladies? Thank you. Duke! Hello, darling.
Hello, Lola. Nice to see you.
Gee, just waiting to see all the wonderful things I bought in Kansas City.
Yes, looks like you bought out the town.
Say, Ringo and the boys sure gave us a merry chase. I thought we'd all get killed.
They had their orders not to hurt you.
How do you do?
sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very happy to see you all. Thank you, sir, very much. How are you?
Hey, put this where it belongs. What, do I look like a horse?
Well, you're not quite as strong as one.
Hey, not so, take it slower.
Pardon me, could this be yours?
Why, yes, it is.
I'm sorry, I had a little accident with it.
Thank you.
You see what I mean?
Colonel, take care of Lola's luggage.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of you folks to meet me, and we'll have a formal meeting at the church first thing in the morning. Sophie, my welcoming committee told me I'm to stay at the Lynn Ranch, temporarily at least.
There's a boarding house buckboard. Grab yourself a deep seat and hang on.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Hello, Sherry.
Well, I thought you were our ranch foreman. Haven't changed jobs, have you?
Nope. Just helping an injured stage driver.
Another holder?
Might have been if Soapy and I hadn't butted in.
Do you think they were after another gold shipment?
Funny thing about it, the stage wasn't carrying any gold.
Eddie, would you mind directing me to the hotel?
I'd be glad to, but I don't think you'd like to stay there.
Why not?
Well, there's only one hotel in town, and it's owned by Duke Dillon. Of course, there's Lynn Ranch a little ways out of town. Ma Lynn always has room for another guest. This is her daughter, Sherry. Judge Hilton.
I'm delighted.
Thank you. Plenty of room for one more in the buckboard.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Miss Lynn, this is Mr. Trimble.
How do you do?
We've been expecting you.
Soapy, you drive the buckboard. Sherry and I'll take a shortcut across the mountain.
I was expecting that, too. Hey, Judge, you know, I think Mr. Trimble here is going to have a little extra business pretty soon. You know the kind I mean, where that the girl says, I do, and the man says, me do.
Say, Colonel, Lola just told me this new judge really means business. He's already made Dean his investigator and intends to move right in and take over.
I knew if that Eddie Dean got a chance, he'd make us trouble.
They're all staying out the Lynn Ranch. They're on their way there now. Ringo, you know what to do.
And this time we won't miss.
Hiya, boys. Ride to the top of the mountain with us. We need a little harmony.
Just to watch the sun at dawning and dark skies blue. I want to go hiding, 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 hiding on the top of the mountain just to be closer to heaven. Want to be closer to heaven. Up above the purple desert, to be with you. The cloud will softly caress the hills, and echo will answer the whippoorwill. I want to go riding, 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 riding to the top of the mountain just to be closer to heaven. Want to be closer to heaven. When the golden sun is sinking and day is through, the clouds will softly caress the hills, and echo will answer the whippoorwill. I want to go riding, 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 riding to the top of the mountain just to be closer to heaven. Want to be closer to heaven. When the golden sun is sinking and day is through, I always want to be near
What was that?
Gunshot down on the valley road. I'll meet you at the ranch.
You know, Judge, there must be something wrong with my gun.
What's the matter?
Every time I shoot, the bullets go the wrong, the other way.
one of the men who were firing on our new guests. Maybe you'd like to ask him a few questions, Judge.
Yes, Eddie. And if I'm right in figuring my men, this fellow isn't going to do any talking for us here.
What do you suggest we do with him?
Lock him up until tomorrow morning. Then we'll take him into town and have a public hearing.
I think that's an excellent idea. You know, I'm just beginning to understand very clearly what that Miss Lola, who was on the stagecoach, was telling us about.
Lock him in the meat house, Soapy.
Get going, you.
He'll be charged with attempted murder. We'll make an example out of him and prove to some of these other people that it isn't profitable to go around shooting at people.
If you can do that, it'll be the first time that justice has ever come to this town.
Get in.
Pardon me, folks. Kind of hate to break up such an important subject, but I was told you were needing a good hand around here.
Did Mr. Crockett send you?
Well, ma'am, not exactly.
It's roundup time, and I had asked Mr. Crockett to send over a couple of good hands.
Who did send you? Oh, I heard about it in sort of a roundabout way. Just thought I'd drift over.
Well, I'm glad you did. The boys will show you to the bunkhouse. By the way, what's your name?
You can call me Nevada.
Nevada? Are you from Nevada?
Nope. That's one place I've never been. That's why they call me Nevada.
Huh?
I'll show you to the bunkhouse.
And I'll show you gentlemen to your rooms. You'll stay in the main ranch house.
Nevada, as long as you're going to be around for a while, you might as well meet the boys. This is Pancake, the ranch cook. Howdy.
Howdy.
And this is Muscles, one of the boys.
Hello, Muscle.
You boys better start washing up. Supper'll be ready in a jiffy.
And am I hungry?
Nevada, that's your bunk over there.
Thanks.
I want to get through early tonight, because I'm riding in Rawhide.
Rawhide? Well.
I'll be riding down to Rawhide when all my work is through. I'll be riding down to Rawhide where there are things to do, where there's women, songs, and liquor, and a man can dance and play. I'll be riding down to Rawhide with my roundup hay.
I'll be riding down to Rawhide to see my sweetie pie. Each time I think about her, I heave a loving sigh. She's pigeon-toed and knock-kneed, goodness knows she's thin, but she's a darn good woman for the shape she's in. I'll be riding down to Rawhide to see my darling there. Her figure zigs where it should zag, she hasn't got much hair. But there's one thing about her I know darn well she's true, 'cause when a girlie looks like her, there's nothing else to do. Oh, I got a gal in Rawhide, and I'll be with her soon. I just can't wait to walk her out beneath the prairie moon. Her upper plate, it wobbles, but I just think it's grand. 'Cause when she talks, she whistles like a peanut gun.
I've got a gal in Rawhide with 2 teeth in her mouth. The trouble is that one points north, the other's headed south. I've got her photograph right here. Her name is Mary Grace. She'd be doggone good looking if it wasn't for her face.
Well, sir, this is the same girl. We all should give her up.
No, I've a better idea, ain't a bit of doubt. No, sir, oh, no, indeedy. Now, fellas, hear me out. Up to now, you've all been happy. Things still can be okay if you don't all ride to Rawhide on the self-same day.
I'll take Monday.
I'll take Tuesday.
Well, I'll take Wednesday.
I'll take Thursday.
I'll take Friday.
I'll take Saturday.
Say, that means she'll be free on Sunday.
But don't let that get you down.
Why?
We ought to leave her one. For the boys in
You fellas intended any dinner. You better make it snappy.
Supper? That's for me.
After you.
Thanks.
You know, Judge, this is the best roast veal you ever eat in your life.
Thank you. Thanks again.
New tricks can get you in trouble, Soapy. Especially if they go wrong.
You're right, Eddie. Practicing the wrong kind of tricks often leads a man down the wrong road. And once he's down that road, finding his way back is sometimes pretty difficult.
I can certainly appreciate what you say, Mr. Trimble. And contrary to what people might think of me, I'm not what you'd call a bloodhound. I don't believe in tracking them down and bringing them back dead or alive.
It's a funny way for a lawman to talk.
Why, you see, Ma, Judge Hilton, he's a newcomer in these parts, and he ain't used to the way things are done around here.
It's far easier to go straight than to follow a life of crime. And once a fellow gets off on the wrong track, if he's given a chance to go straight, he'll usually take advantage of it.
I've heard that was your way of handling men. And I've often wondered why you felt that way.
That's a long story.
You care to tell me that story now, Judge?
I guess I may as well, Eddie. I see you're not going to relax until I do.
You have sort of aroused my curiosity. When that happens, well, I can't do anything till I know the answer.
I feel the same way, Judge. Do you mind?
Certainly not. I have a lot of curiosity, too, Eddie. And I've concentrated on what quirk or circumstance makes a man a criminal. I more or less made a study of practically every known bad man in the country.
Well, that should have been interesting.
It was.
Have you made any deductions?
Yes. I've discovered that in most instances those men happen to be handicapped since childhood by either being left an orphan and falling in with the wrong company, or having bad examples set by bad parents, or by even being overindulged by a doting mother in a broken home.
That could happen to anybody.
I'm particularly interested in boys. You see, I had a little boy once myself. For 3 short years.
What happened?
He was kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yes, and I think by a man whom I, as a young attorney, convicted of murder.
What makes you think that?
Well, like many criminals, instead of blaming himself, he always felt that I was responsible for his plight. He vowed vengeance. The very night he escaped, my child disappeared. I say my child. By now, he'd probably be around your age.
There's a horse saddled and waiting for you down at the gate.
Thanks, but who are you, and why are you doing this for me?
My name's Nevada. I know what it is to be on the run. I'm looking for a real job.
Get to the Dillon mine. Ask for Dad Dillon. Tell him Lefty sent you. He's the real brains of our outfit.
Thanks. I might be seeing you.
What's the bright idea, Nevada?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Helping that man make a getaway.
Guess I just don't like to see anyone cooped up. That's all.
You know, Nevada, I was going to teach you how to become a good ranch hand. But now I've changed my mind.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now I'm going to teach you not to meddle in other people's plans. You're going in and explain to the judge.
Here. What's come over you boys? What's wrong? I thought you two were friends.
I guess I had it coming, sir. I released your prisoner.
You certainly have to account for that, son.
I guess I made a mistake when I hired him. Evidently, you don't want to be a ranch hand. You seem to prefer interfering with the law. I'm afraid we'll have to get along without you.
I never did like him in the first place.
You can move on in the morning.
After we've had a talk. Wait, Eddie. Let him go.
Why? I feel sure he's in with the men who tried to kill you.
Even so, he's more valuable this way.
How do you figure that?
Given time, he might lead us to what we want.
You mean sort of like a bird dog?
Exactly. You see, Eddie, my job is a lot bigger than just cleaning up a town. I'm working on a federal case. There have been several gold shipments around here that, after being assigned to the government and on their way to the mint, have mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah, I know about that.
It's our job to find out where and how.
Wait a minute, you. Can't you read? The sign says keep out. Or maybe you don't believe in signs.
Sure, I believe in signs. Also says Dillon's mine, don't it?
Yeah, so what?
Well, that's who I want to see. Thad Dillon.
Well, step down, I'll take you to him. Hey, Dillon. This fellow says he wants to see you.
Yeah? What about? I was told I might get a little profitable work around here.
And who told you that?
I did. Put your gun down, Rango. He's all right. He's the bird I was telling you about. Howdy, Nevada.
Howdy.
He's looking for a job.
How are you with your guns, Nevada?
Some people think I'm pretty good.
I don't mean that circus stuff. I'm talking about straight shooting.
I'm pretty good at that, too.
Wait a minute. That's enough. Don't wreck the place.
All right, huh?
Better than all right. I believe he can shoot almost as good as Duke.
Who's Duke?
That's my son. Better see that him and Duke meet up. You're in my outfit, boy, after you've repaired some of these things that you've wrecked.
Thanks. Now, I've got a few questions I want answered.
Yeah? What about?
What's the game? And how do I work?
Our game is everything and anything, the easy way. You'll work on equal shares with the other boys. And when I think that I can trust you, I'll tell you some more.
Come on, we're riding to town. I want you to meet Duke.
Judge Helton.
Yes?
I was just on my way to look you up. It seems Duke and the city manager, whom he calls the Colonel, are willing to do business with the church.
What kind of business?
Well, the Colonel delivered this letter to me this morning, telling me that the church can open Sunday mornings only, providing 1/2 the donations are turned over to the city treasury.
Which, of course, is the Colonel's well-known pockets.
Mr. Trimble, if you're willing to go through this, I'm sure we can call their bluff.
What would you like me to do?
Announce your services for morning and evening. Send the Colonel word they'll be held without the payoff to the city treasury.
I'll do exactly as you say.
That sky pilot's tough. We'll have to force him to pay off.
That must be the judge he's talking to. Probably telling him all about it.
Is that Judge Hilton?
Who else could it be?
And if the judges and my plans work out, we might have some new members to add to the congregation.
Uh-oh, they're coming this way.
Duke, Lefty wants to see you in the back room.
You'll have to wait. We've got visitors.
Howdy, Judge. Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Miss Lola.
Come in for some drinks, or is this just a social visit?
I'm afraid it's neither. We're here to see Duke Dillon.
What's on your mind?
We're posting a few public notices where they won't be missed. One of them is that this place closes every night by midnight. And the other, it stays closed on Sundays.
And if any of you fellas happen to find Sunday a long day on your hands, you might try dropping in at the church. It never did anybody any harm.
Why, this is not in line with my policy at all.
I've heard about your policy, and I'm changing it.
Why, you can't do it. I'd have you know that I'm the city manager here.
You were the city manager. I've already removed you from office.
Are you going to let him get away with this?
Temporarily. Everybody in town knows what's going on. If we should defy them openly, we'd show our hands and bring every lawman in the country down on our necks. This is one for the old man to figure out.
Hello, Duke. New man in the office. Meet Nevada.
Hello. I've seen Nevada before. Has he met the old man?
I'll say. Did he make a hit? You should see this bird shoot.
I have a rule that's never failed. You'll have to prove yourself to me.
That's all right with me. Proving myself is my long suit. What do you want me to do?
Well, there's a newcomer in town that's interfering with our business. I'm going to give you the job of getting rid of him.
What's his name?
Judge Hilton.
Judge Hilton.
Kind of rough on him, ain't you, Duke?
Listen, Lefty, you know the setup. None of us can operate until that old man's out of the way. Once Nevada proves himself, we'll show him how to make some real money.
When do you want it done?
I'll give you the go signal when I feel the time is right.
It's a deal.
Then wait outside. I want you men to tail him and don't let him out of your sight. I'm going to arrange this so the blame falls on him.
When you hear a soft wind blowing o'er the prairie, where the silver sage is in bloom, white-faced cattle lowing, Rio Grande flowing, and a coyote call beneath the golden moon, closing in the valley of your dreams. And when they're all together underneath the starlit sky, they all make my western lullaby.
Something wrong, Judge?
Just a little worried. The usual tension before the storm breaks.
Now, I know how you feel. But I'm a firm believer in the old saying, give a man enough rope and he'll hang himself.
I hope you're right.
Colonel! What are you doing here? You were told never to come out here to the mine.
I had to come. There's trouble brewing. I had to ride out and talk to you. I've learned something you should know.
All right. Calm down. Now, what is it?
You know that new judge that arrived the other day?
Well, the boys told me one was sent into town.
He's Roy Hilton. The man that convicted you and they were going to give you the rope.
Roy Hilton. You suppose he's after me?
Oh, of course not. 30 years is a long time. And he'd never recognize Duke as the little boy you stole from him.
Be careful how you talk. I've told Duke that his own father was dead. And he must never know any different. You understand?
But I felt you ought to know what's up.
Well, that's right. I've got to do something about it. And I still owe Hilton a payoff.
Hello, Nevada. I had an idea you'd be showing up around here. But this time you're going in and have that talk with the judge.
Thanks. That's what I came for.
Nevada's got himself caught. Yeah, keep me covered. I'm going to figure how to get him out.
walked in on us, Judge. Said he wanted to talk with you.
You can put your gun away, Eddie. I'll hear what he has to say. You see, Nevada works for me.
Works for you?
That's right. Undercover.
I wanted to tell you, but I couldn't. The time is right now.
And to think what we did to that bunkhouse.
Yeah. And to think what you did to me. Judge, I've been elected to get you out of the way. We're going to have to work fast.
We're positive that the gang you're in with are the men who are knocking off these gold shipments.
I have found out that the Dillon mine is where they operate from.
Why, that mine's been abandoned for years. Just recently, word got out that some of Duke's men found a new vein in it.
Well, they found a new vein, all right. But in all probability, it isn't in the mine. It's in our government's gold shipments.
Then the answer as to how they get rid of the stolen gold is in that mine.
Right. I knew a fellow once that had some gold took it out of his mouth.
Oh,
and
hush, Dopey, hush.
What'd you find out? Found out that pal of yours is a double-crosser.
Eddie, you go along with Nevada. He might need some help.
You bet.
And I'm going too, just in case there's some shooting to be done.
Oh, Soapy, you know you can't hit the side of the barn with that gun?
Well, I can keep trying, can't I?
We'll pull out in the morning.
I'll go into the marshal's office and keep my eyes on the town until you boys get back.
Duke, I'm worried. You know, I think you're carrying this thing too far. I was just out talking to the old man, and I thought when he heard that this new judge was going to really clean up the town, that he'd pull the gang to another spot. I think he's slipping.
Why?
Because when he used to get on the spot before, he would always pull the gang and go someplace else. He left. But now, I don't think he's thinking. You know, there's things that you ought to be in on. I think you ought to know that the judge is...
Duke! We trailed that Nevada out to the Lynn Ranch and found out he's a double-crosser. He tipped the judge and Dean off that we're out to get him. He's been working with them all the time.
Do they know anything about our game?
Well, from what they said, I don't think they're too smart now. But the way they work, it won't take them long to find out.
We got to do something quick.
I knew it. Doggone it, things had to be bad and happen in a situation like this. It just couldn't happen. I think we ought to all clear out.
Oh, shut up! You men get out to the mine. Tell the old man to hide everything in case they show up there. I've always hated lawmen. I'm going to take care of this judge myself.
This is the only way up here without being seen. This is a funny kind of a setup to have in a gold mine.
Yeah. Gold's long since been removed from this mine. Why, it's as clean as a whistle. Hey, this is interesting. Appears to be a system for reheating gold. It's pretty clear what to do with the stolen gold bars. They melt them, then resell them.
Yeah. It still doesn't give us the evidence we need. We've got to have the stolen stuff before it's melted.
I get it. We'll need the serial numbers off of the bars to identify them as stolen.
Oh. Hey, fellas, come here. What's this? You suppose somebody was murdered here and they've covered him up here underneath the ground?
In this mine, you tunnel in, not down.
That's right.
Oh, let's have a look.
Soapy, you better keep an eye on that entrance.
Yeah.
I can't understand why you can't locate any of them lawmen.
Well, we've searched the town and every canyon around here.
Hey, fellas, there's somebody down at the mine.
That must be them.
That makes it perfect. They're trespassing.
Government gold.
That's it. This is all the evidence we need to crack down on Duke.
Hey, fellas, somebody's... we're gonna have company.
And tell Duke.
You wanted to see me?
Yes. I came to see you because I felt you might be able to help.
Help what?
I'm terribly worried. Judge Hilton and Eddie left the ranch early this morning. They plan to have it out with Duke. I thought you might be able to persuade Duke to give up without a gunfight. They'll kill each other. Surely you can do something.
Come up to my room where we can talk. What are you doing in here?
Only taking what belongs to me. When I set you in with Duke, you agreed to give me half of everything you got. And you got plenty. All I want is my share.
You're going to get everything that's coming to you. What's your hurry?
I'm getting out of this town. It's unhealthy here.
You're the only thing that's unhealthy around here.
Listen, Lola. No matter how rotten my life's been, I don't want to be a party to a man killing his own father.
What do you mean?
Judge Hilton is Duke's own father. Dillon stole him when he was a little boy to get even with Hilton for convicting him.
Are you sure?
Why, of course I'm sure. Dillon told me so himself. Why do you suppose he won't show his face in any town? He's afraid. Afraid and hunted for 30 years. That's why he brought Duke up so smart, so the boy could operate for him.
Regardless of what our lives have been, I love Duke. We've got to stop him. You've got to help me.
Did you ever see anybody try to stop Duke? Don't be ridiculous. If you're smart, you'll pack up and get out of here. It's only a matter of minutes till Duke goes gunning for the judge.
I've got to stop Duke.
We'll try and avoid any unnecessary shooting. As far as Duke knows, I'm still in with him. You and Soapy wait for me at the marshal's office. I better go in alone.
No, wait a minute about it. Things might get rough. We'll keep you covered.
As long as I've got my shooting iron, you've got nothing to worry about.
There's no use in your asking for any part of it. It's not your fight.
Well, that's where you're wrong. The cleaning up of this town is just as important to us as it is to you and Judge Hilton.
All right. Here goes.
Duke, for once in your life, please listen to me.
I don't believe anything you've told me. For all I know, it might be a trick, and I'm not falling for it. It's either him or me. And it's not going to be me. Get upstairs and keep out of this. Come in.
Howdy. Just thought I'd drop in and let you know how things are going.
I'm going to let you know how things are going. Reach. When you're trying to outsmart a man, Nevada, don't pick one that's smarter than yourself. I'm going to take you into that bar room where there are plenty of witnesses. I'm going to have to shoot you. And it'll be in self-defense. Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Glad you got him. Where are the others?
Right here. Get their guns, Soapy.
you like with me, Judge. I don't care, but I couldn't stand by and see the father shooting it out with his own son.
That's why I brought him over, Judge. I knew he wasn't lying, and I felt you should know about it.
We tried to talk to Duke, but he wouldn't listen. He's determined it's him or you.
This thing's better than my gun. Now, if I only had a holster big enough to carry it around in. Hey, help me get this thing, or this my hand out of this cuspid, I'll pull it off, will you?
There's something in a man called pride. And regardless of what happens, I wouldn't want him to think me a coward. I'll try and reason with him. And I've always tried to be a gentleman with my guns.
Wait a minute, Duke. You've got to listen to the parson.
I'm listening to nobody.
But you must. Do you realize what you're doing? A man has no right to take another man's life, especially his own flesh and blood.
His own flesh and blood.
Don't you realize Dad Dillon has cheated you out of a decent life?
No matter how many mistakes you've made, don't make this one.
I'm making no mistake, Parson.
Eddie. And he came through.
Eddie, Duke is dead.
Dead. I found him. Only to lose him again. This time, forever.
And that's what it cost the judge to bring law to the West.
You can depend on old Betsy here to get you to town in time to catch the stage.
Goodbye, Mr. Trimble.
Goodbye, Judge, and thanks for your help.
Nevada, you proved yourself a fine hand. And there's still a place here for you in case you want it.
Thanks, Eddie, but I'd better be on my way.
You're welcome to a horse to go with that saddle. You can take your own pick.
No, thanks. This is how I came in. I'll be going the same way. So long.
Lot of luck.
The deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not